The night Mama Ejiro's secret was revealed, finally. A night that changed everything on that busy Lagos street. On a lively street in Lagos, there was a restaurant that everybody talked about. It wasn't fancy or expensive. Its food was irresistible. People lined up at Mama Ejiro's kitchen to taste the best jollof rice, pepper soup, and fried fish in town. The aroma would raft through the streets, making even the busiest office worker stop in his tracks. Mama Ejiro herself was a mystery. She always appeared in a long, flowery dress with a warm, inviting smile. Her eyes sparkled as if hiding a secret. She moved quietly around the restaurant, serving food with gentle care. Every customer left with a full stomach and a happy heart. Rumors spread that her recipes were magical, that they had a taste of something otherworldly. Every day, I would sit in a corner of Mama Ejiro's kitchen, buzz of conversation. I noticed that people talked about her in hushed tones. Some said she was too perfect, too mysterious for an ordinary restaurant. I would shrug it off and tell myself that a good cook sometimes has that extra spark. But then, odd things began to happen. On some evenings, I would catch a glimpse of Mama Ejiro out of the corner of my eye. One moment she was there, ladling soup, and the next she seemed to fade into the background. I wondered if it was just my imagination playing tricks on me after a long, hot day in Lagos. One humid Tuesday evening, as I was enjoying a plate of spicy jollof rice, a man walked into the restaurant. He was like the usual crowd of city folks. His face was thoughtful and his eyes held a distant look, as if he had traveled far to find something lost. When he sat down, he quickly asked the waiter about Mama Ejiro. Later that night, during a lull in the chatter, he approached me. Excuse me, he said softly. Do you know Mama Ejiro? I nodded, curious. He leaned in and whispered, I knew her when she was alive. Ah, in our little village, she passed away many years ago. His words struck me like a cold splash of water. A ghost? A ghost running the best restaurant in Lagos. I looked around and noticed the other patrons had grown silent. Some exchanged puzzled glances, and a few even chuckled nervously. But deep down, we all felt that something wasn't right. That very night, as the restaurant buzzed with its usual energy, the air suddenly shifted, the lights flickered, and for a brief moment, everything went dark. When the lights came back on, Mama Ejiro was nowhere to be seen. The station was empty. The only sign that she had ever been there was the lingering aroma of her special spice blend. People started talking. Did you see that? Someone exclaimed. Others laughed, saying, now that's what I call a disappearing act. But for those of us who had quietly suspected, the truth was clear. Mama Ejiro was not a living person. She was a ghost. In the days that followed, the story of Mama Ejiro's ghost spread like wildfire through Lagos. Some folks joked that her ghost still cooked up a storm and that if you were lucky, you might catch a glimpse of her floating behind the kitchen door. Business at the restaurant didn't slow down. In fact, it grew even more popular. People came not only for the food but also for the taste of the legend. The restaurant continued to serve the same irresistible dishes, each plate carrying a little piece of the mystery. The owner, who had managed Mama Ejiro's kitchen for years, promised to keep her recipes just as they were. It's like magic, he would say with a wink, I swear. It's as if Mama Ejiro herself is cooking for you. Even with the ghost running the show, life in Lagos went on in its quirky, vibrant way. I remember one day a tourist asked if he could see Mama Ejiro in the kitchen. The waiter grinned. She's a busy lady, always on ghost duty. Laughter filled the room. It wasn't every day you heard such jokes, but in Lagos, where life is as unpredictable as the weather, a little humor makes even the spookiest tale feel warm and familiar. So, here's what I learned from that unforgettable night. Mama Ejiro, the ghost with the best recipe, taught us that sometimes legends live on in the things we love, whether it's a secret recipe passed down through generations or the way a place makes you feel at home. Her presence was felt in every delicious bite, and even though she vanished without a trace, her spirit remains in the heart of that little restaurant on a busy Lagos street. Next time you're in Lagos, if you happen to wander down that popular street, stop by Mama Ejiro's kitchen, order a plate of her famous jollof rice, sit back, maybe just maybe you will feel the gentle whisper of a ghostly laugh and a reminder that sometimes the best stories are the ones that bring a smile, a chill, and a whole lot of flavor. And that, my friends, is the tale of the ghost that ran the most patronized restaurant in Lagos